डॉक्टर बैनर्जी, एंथनी फॉची से यह पूछा जाएगा कि आपने कहा कि हमने जो कुछ भी निर्णय लिए वो विज्ञान पर आधारित थे, साइंटिफिक है। एंथनी फॉची को इसके पहले जब पूछा कि भाई मास्क के पीछे क्या साइंस है, उन्होंने कहा कोई साइंस नहीं है। कहा 6 फीट डिस्टेंस का क्या साइंस है, कहा कोई साइंस नहीं है। बोला लॉकडाउन का क्या साइंस है, बोला कोई साइंस नहीं है। ये एंथनी फॉची से पिछले कांग्रेसनल हियरिंग में हो चुकी है बात, उस पर उनकी बात आ गई है। अभी बात होनी है कि गेन ऑफ फंक्शन रिसर्च को एनआईएच फंड कर रहा था या नहीं। एंथनी फॉची और इसके पहले जो इको हेल्थ अलायंस के माध्यम से जो गया वुहान इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ वायरोलॉजी को फंड, जिसमें अभी मैं और भी अभी सारी बात आपको दिखाता हूं, जिसमें इको हेल्थ अलायंस के चेयरमैन ने कहा कि नहीं, हमने गेन ऑफ फंक्शन रिसर्च के लिए फंडिंग नहीं किया था, जबकि एनआईएच के पूर्व डायरेक्टर ने कहा कि हां, हम वुहान में गेन ऑफ फंक्शन रिसर्च की फंडिंग कर रहे थे। गेन ऑफ फंक्शन रिसर्च का मतलब यह होता था कि हम कोई पैथोजन और या कोई भी वायरस क्या ये जांच करते हैं कि उसकी इन्फेक्टिविटी क्या है, क्या कितना वो सक्षम है वायरस एक दूसरे को मानव टू मानव, मैन टू मैन में कैसे वो इन्फेक्ट कर सकता है, उसका रेट क्या है। इस तरह का रिसर्च को वो फंडिंग कर रहा था, ये एनआईएच ने कबूल किया है। लेकिन अब डॉक्टर बैनर्जी, क्या आपको लग रहा है कि फॉची और इको हेल्थ अलायंस वाले फंस गए हैं? अभी मैं और आपको सारे साइन बॉक्स बता रहा हूं।
ये तो काफी एविडेंस आ गए हैं। उनके खुद के जो उनके सीआईए या एफडीआई का जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन हुआ और इनका जो मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ ऑयल एंड पेट्रोलियम ने बोला था पहले कि देयर इज अ प्रोबेबिलिटी कि ये लैब लीक हुआ है और गेन ऑफ फंक्शन रिसर्च का भी प्रोबेबिलिटी है, बिल्कुल इनकार नहीं किया। फॉची ने शुरू में इनकार किया था और अभी कई मेल मिले हैं आपस में, इनके कम्युनिकेशन मिले हैं। जो इको हेल्थ अलायंस के जो चेयर है पीटर डजाक और फॉची और एक और माइकल कॉलिंस बोल के कोई है, इन दोनों ने काफी एविडेंस और काफी मेल इनका एक्सचेंजेस हुए हैं जो कि लीक हुए हैं। उससे पता चलता है कि वुहान को एनआईएच फंड थ्रू द इको हेल्थ अलायंस एक फंड था जो कि डायरेक्टली कोलैबोरेशन कर रहे थे वुहान लैब के साथ। तो अभी काफी इसमें काफी एविडेंस है, फॉची के अगेंस्ट भी एविडेंस है और पीटर डजाक इको हेल्थ अलायंस के ऊपर भी एविडेंस है। और अभी रिसेंटली उनके अमेरिकन गवर्नमेंट ने इको हेल्थ अलायंस को सस्पेंड किया हुआ है,
कर दिया 2021 से ही सस्पेंड कर दिया था उनके सारे फंडिंग को। जैसे ये बवाल उठा तो उनको फंडिंग को। अभी मैं आपको इको हेल्थ अलायंस, डॉक्टर माया थोड़ा सा पेशेंस रखिए, मैं अभी आप पूरा इंटरव्यू अभी सुनिए, मैं पूरा सुना रहा हूं, उसके बाद शायद बातचीत को हम लोग बढ़िया से आगे बढ़ा पाएंगे। इको हेल्थ अलायंस के चेयरमैन डॉक्टर पीटर डास्चक को जो ग्रिल किया गया है, ग्रिलिंग देखिए आपकी कैसे वहां पे कम से कम अमेरिका की आपको तारीफ करनी पड़ेगी कि रूल ऑफ लॉ है। सब कुछ के बाद भी वहां अगर किसी ने गुनाह किया है तो उनके खिलाफ किस प्रकार की ग्रिलिंग चल रही है, इसे आप देखिए। मैं आपको एक एक करके छोटे छोटे बाइट्स दिखाता हूं और उसके बाद जो ये चेयरमैन है वेंस्ट्रप, उनके बारे में भी आपको वो आखिरी कमेंट उनका है। लेकिन पहले सुनिए जरा कैसे कैसे इको हेल्थ अलायंस के चेयरमैन को ग्रिल किया जा रहा है कि आपके वुहान इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ वायरोलॉजी से क्या रिश्ते हैं, कैसे फंड किया, क्या आपने डेटा को डिस्टॉर्ट किया, क्या क्या किया, सुनाइए।
Details, which I know can be tedious, but it was day 8 that they evened out. So it was.
I think day 6 they were pretty much evened out.
I don't
statistically.
think they were.
Well, let's check.
That's fine. We can do that. And so I think the situation you were in there is the other accompanying figure shows that those mice are losing more weight than the mice that are infected with that backbone strain. And you've got one log of growth on days 2, 4, and 6, and you're telling me, well, it evened out on day 8, so it doesn't.
Well, you seem somehow concerned about that. We submitted that report to NIH.
You remember was and Chairman Griffith, who I sit on Energy and Commerce with as well. I want to echo the thoughts of my colleague, Ranking Member Ruiz, in that we must focus our attention on the future and how we can best protect all Americans from and against future pandemic. Sowing distrust in the scientific and medical communities is not a way to accomplish this goal. While I agree, and I think most of us on this dais, both sides today do, that EcoHealth Alliance has proven to be careless and imprecise with their federal funding, contrary to what we expect and demand of any federal grantee. This does not mean we should throw out the baby with the bathwater, as my Republican colleagues seem to be suggesting. The National Institutes of Health and the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases serve important functions in medical and scientific research to advance the health of all Americans in the world. And they have done good work in the past, and we want that good work to continue in the future.
If you had looked back and knew that you would be here today, would you have done something differently to ensure that that report was received in September of 2019?
Well, I have a timeline of submission efforts, and there are attempts to submit which are not yet on the record with you, which we'll supply.
We'd appreciate that.
There are also, it's also, both things can be true, that a forensic analysis of efforts to submit aren't going to pick up a phone call to the grants management staff that our admin people made. They did, they received no response. I believe that person then left. And look, the issue over what we would do differently. Well, one thing I would do differently was I'd certainly send a copy of the report to our program officer.
We need to ensure that American taxpayer dollars are being spent responsibly, and I am pleased by the strong bipartisan agreement demonstrated on this point today. At the same time, we owe it to the American people to be transparent about what exactly we are seeing. And I want to be clear that nothing produced to the Select Subcommittee over the past 14 months, nothing in more than 425,000 pages of internal documents and 100 hours of closed-door testimony, substantiates claims that federal funding to EcoHealth Alliance and its work in Wuhan caused the COVID-19 pandemic. I have always maintained that my role as ranking member of this committee is to keep an open mind about how the pandemic started, because understanding whether the novel coronavirus emerged from a lab or from nature is essential to better preventing and preparing for future public health threats and to better protecting the American people. That doesn't negate not being transparent or, not giving full context of your remarks at the time, or saying that you submitted the report, but yet it wasn't submitted, and then being locked down and not submitting it till years later is not concerning, and your administrative responsibilities and lack of reporting in a timely manner is not concerning. So as we press for appropriate accountability for EcoHealth's concerning conduct, it is my hope that we can also dedicate our remaining time to an objective analysis of the various pathways by which SARS-CoV-2 could have emerged, be they zoonotic or stemming from a research-related incident. Because the truth of the matter is that the results will remain inconclusive.
China, a country that is an adversary to the United States of America, and especially when they're not forthcoming and honest when working to go forward. And when doing this to secure a federal grant and fail to do the important work to satisfy the terms of the grant, that's a problem. As we pointed out in our report and heard today, hiding behind different definitions of gain of function to deny your role in conducting dangerous gain of research at the WIB will not prevent us from conducting oversight and holding people accountable. Semantics doesn't change the risks involved. The semantics that we're hearing about today, the different definitions of gain of function research, just seems to define the different levels of the risk and the severity of the results. We know that EcoHealth and Dr. Daszak violated the terms of the NIH grant by failing to report the gain of function experiment it was conducting. Let's be clear. We know this wasn't a small oversight or a clerical error. This was a dangerous experiment that was conducted and not reported. And this was not the only occurrence of EcoHealth failing to properly report. Didn't submit the annual research report. We talked about that a lot today. This is not an organization that shows leadership committed to protecting taxpayer funds or conducting research in an appropriate manner as set in the terms of the grant. It's this troubling pattern of behavior that we are seeing, and conduct as well. EcoHealth made misleading statements in an effort to benefit yourself and your organization's financial interests and reputation. Misleading grant application to DARPA, and you downplayed the Chinese involvement in the project. Even though we did learn from the emails produced that your proposal did what you said you wanted to do in private, which is downplay the role of China and the WIV, specifically Dr. Zhengli Shi. You know, you didn't disclose your relationship with the WIV when you published the Lancet letter. And you said that Lancet approved this correspondence. Well, I'll tell you what, we asked Lancet to come in and sit before us. They didn't. Neither did Nature magazine. Science did. They came in. They admitted to some of the things they could maybe do better. So claiming that Lancet approved of it doesn't bear much water in front of this committee right now. I could go on, but I think we've covered just about everything. And I'm glad we have. And I think we've done it in a very thorough fashion, but we're waiting for more. Because while we're trying to be thorough, we don't feel that we have gotten a thorough response. If everything was innocent mistakes, we wouldn't need to send a letter asking for more information and documents by April 4th, on April 4th. Too many mistakes. Accountability taking far too long. But here we are, and we'll continue to conduct oversight and evaluate the evidence surrounding EcoHealth Alliance's research activities. Before I close, I ask unanimous consent to place the report on evaluation of the evidence surrounding EcoHealth Alliance, Inc.'s research activities into the record. With that and without objection, all members will have 5 legislative days within which to submit materials and to submit additional written questions for the witnesses, which will be forwarded to the witnesses for their response. With that, and if there's no further business, without objection, the select subcommittee stands adjourned.
भोलानाथ के 2-in-1 बैटरी ऑपरेटेड हार्वेस्टर कम ब्रश कटर के साथ ट्रॉली अतिरिक्त लागत पर उपलब्ध है। अधिक जानकारी के लिए कृपया दिए गए नंबर पर कॉल करें।